Good evening. How are you? John Augustine here. I hope you're well. Uh, Now, we're going to sing our hymns, two hymns, the usual one for the blessed, for our Saviour. Sweetheart of Jesus, fount of love and mercy, today we come, thy blessing to implore. Oh, touch our hearts, so cold and so ungrateful, and make us love thee more and more each day. Sweetheart of Jesus, we implore. Oh, make us love thee more and more. Sweetheart of Jesus, make us pure and gentle, and teach us how to do thy blessed will, to follow close the print of thy dear footsteps. And when we fall, sweetheart, oh, love us still. Sweetheart of Jesus, we implore. Oh, make us love thee more and more. And that's lovely. Now we sing one for our Blessed Mother. Hail, Queen of Heaven, the ocean star, guide of the wanderer here below. Thrown on life's surge, we claim thy care. Save us from peril and from woe. Mother of Christ, Star of the sea, pray for the wanderer, pray for me. O gentle, chaste, and spotless maid, we sinners make our prayers to thee. Remind thy Son that he has paid the price of our iniquity. Virgin most pure, Star of the sea, pray for the sinner, pray for me. Now, Blessed Mother, keep an eye on things up there. Now, let's talk. Let's chew the cud. Pass the biscuits, please. Yeah, I'm thinking of the Tallahassee Bridge. I kind of found that tune very, what's the word? Story. Yeah. Pass the biscuits, please. Uh, Now, a miserable day, if I may say so. Wind. Blew the head off. You had me cap on because it was raining. Suddenly it started spilling. I had to get a few messages. I already got some earlier before this wind got stronger. I had a cup of tea with my friend in Farley's Emporium, my little pub, but it's very well kept. And then if you're dining, you'd have soup and tea and with that and salads, or sandwiches, which is enough to keep you going. And they don't have a dinner in the normal sense of the word that you might have in a restaurant or a hotel. So we had our cup of tea about 11:30, but a little bit of shopping before that. And it was Friday, I thought it'd be, but it was gym time. And we were meeting at 11:30, so I was gone down at 11 to, I wanted to get a paper and that, but I decided to do a bit of shopping because there's a couple of things I needed. I made a mistake there. I don't know where it was last week. I got milk and I thought, well, I'll get a litre because I was coming back. But I was wondering what was wrong because it's funny taste. And then I looked, it was buttermilk. So I had to, I had milk out in the freezer, so I had to bring that in. I put it in the sink and put hot water to so it sort of melted a bit. And I was able to get a jug full of milk after a bit with, thawing it out a bit, but it was still, you know, so I was lucky, so I was able to have normal. So I kept buttermilk aside, and my cousin, my sister, when her birthday, for some reason or other, I don't recall, but she must have given me some bit of apple tart in a container and something else with a covering on it, like as if it was some kind of food. But I have enough of what I have myself, quite frankly. It was taught whatever, but I don't need it, quite frankly. So he called, well, I sent him a text and I said in a couple of weeks. So I gave him the the Swiss apple tart and whatever was in this kind of wrapping paper, like as if it was some kind of food, like for to like rather than an apple. I didn't know what it was, but I'd like to my own what I do. When you're away, you have to take what's going, but I have a certain way of doing things, and it suits me. I dine light, as the fella says. I don't like a big dinner at all. Anyway, that's when age catches up with you in that department. And then I forgot. And sometimes I have, well, on a Friday, being Friday, I never eat meat, so I had beans, um, tin of beans. And I often have to get a cloth to open it, they're kind of stiff. Well, I got it open anyway and put it into a saucepan and pot and heated it a bit. And then a slice of toast with it, which I cut up and I put half of it, put a bit of it, and the beans on top of it. And why am I talking about that? So I forgot them again. Then tomorrow I'll have a salad and one or two other items because I wasn't eating that kind of stuff. And now I have it. And so I'll be doing that tomorrow. Um, I was going to, yeah, I'll be doing that tomorrow and mixing it. And so I had to go out then, not that long ago. It was about time was it 2:45 or something. Whatever time it was go with cars knocking about. This is Old Castle, and you don't have the traffic that you have elsewhere, but it was a bit more than usual. Probably school or something. Anyways, I parked a vehicle. Oh no, I parked high and then I walked up. I had to get two Irish Catholics that I normally get. I did was away last Friday, and so I got me two papers. And then I went across to a vegetable shop across the way, and I got because I had forgot to get tomatoes, and so I got tomatoes when I had no onions. I got onions, tomatoes, and nice strawberries. I got strawberries, and have lovely fresh pears that it melts in your mouth. You get pears in the supermarket, and it takes them a week or more to thaw out or whatever it is. They're like rocks. You hit somebody with it and knock them out. But this fruit veg shop, and there's a pub attached to it as well. I think it's rented, but doing well. And a lad that owns it, rented it, that would be written from the lad that owns the place. And he has a bit of an off license there, so he have wines and whatever you might want if you wanted anything like that. So, anyways, I got a few items, €12, which wasn't too bad, and it wraps it and put it in a bag. It was very tasty, I like to leave business in an ordinary shop, quite frankly. I deal with Super Value because they're owned by the individuals. They trade under that brand. They are a monopoly in that sense, but their individuals own them and they trade and they do good because they're fair size store and have a good range of own label stuff, and which is very reasonably priced. So anyway, there you are. That was what I did. I intended to talk about one or two other items, but the wind. I was going to be going to the Latin Mass tomorrow, Sunday. And what do you think happens? Gale storm warning, advised not to travel. So, because I was telling my friend Paulie that I was going, so here I am, snookered. Well, even I'll go to a Mass tomorrow evening, 7 o'clock, because quite frankly, I'm not in the humour of, trees could be falling down and all the rest of it. It's not necessary, so here I am stuck. The one time I wanted to go to, I was going to be going to the Latin Mass because I find that sometimes there's no choir and no altar boys, or the priest is good, Father Mark, but there's a lack of hymns and somebody playing the organ, beautiful organ up there, but seems to be no organ players knocking about, and choir. And I think you were talking about altar boys, but you can have retired Catholics, practicing Catholics, they can be serving on the altar, and even the sacristan man should be wearing sultana suppers and assisting at the Mass, and I'd love to see the priest facing the tabernacle. It's dreadful to see with the back in it because in my time I was facing the tabernacle, and quite frankly I preferred it that way. But anyways, I can't travel on Sunday. I mean, I don't want to be a tree falling on you and saying, boy, you're gone for your tea. You won't be coming back for your supper. So there we are. I was intended to talk about other matters, but I'm just talking about that. Anyways, I'll finish on that and do that. Even prayer to our Blessed Mother, a few other little gems. Bye now.